Calculating vibes. Hello to everyone, my name is Vibe and welcome back to another episode of Vibe Meter. Today the topic of conversation is Captain America Brave New World. And oh boy, this has been a very, let's say, divisive film. I gotta be honest, I've never really been that nervous when going to a movie theater in a while because I obviously wanted it to succeed, but also all the reshoots and all the, let's say, drama behind the scenes, that alleged drama and reshoots that happened behind the scenes, I was kind of worried that it didn't do well, and I think I went in a little almost uncharacteristically, because I went in thinking it's not gonna be a huge masterpiece, and I walked out of the theater thinking, okay, this is pretty good. First of all, let's go over the rules for Vibe Meter. Firstly, I will be going over a little bit of the negatives around the movie, the what didn't really work, and some things that I didn't just like or what should have been improved or whatever. Then I'm gonna be switching over to the positives, talking about sort of what the movie did well and what I loved and what I think you could like too if you give it a shot. And then at the end of that, I will be giving my official Vibe Meter score. To clarify, I am not forcing you to love this movie, or am I even forcing you to hate this movie. I will just walk you through my feelings, thoughts, and vibes of this movie. Share my perspective on it through the positives. Cause if not, then what's the point? Then I can give you the opportunity to express your expressions in the comment section below. You may not agree with me, and that's fine. You may like what I have to say and maybe even agree with me. That's also fine. Thank you for listening. If you haven't seen this movie, I recommend that you do. It's a pretty good movie. Like, don't go in expecting it's gonna be the biggest movie of the year or whatever, but it's a good movie. I enjoyed it, and if you give it a chance, you might enjoy it too. So yeah, if you don't want any spoilers in this, please just save this to your watch later list. And hey, while you're still down there, please hit that like button or even the subscribe button. It helps a lot. It's free if you don't know, and or I don't know, maybe give me a shot, listen to the end of the episode. But yeah, anyway, from this point on, there will be spoilers, so please, if you don't want spoilers, save later, come back later after you've seen the movie, okay? Alright, but anyway, let's get into the whole review of Captain America Brave New World. Okay, let's go over the few things I didn't like about this movie. I think one of the smaller nitpicky things I think I want to start off with is a little bit of an inconsistencies in the tone of the movie from one scene to another. I mean, the reshoots kind of may have been a little bit lopsided, the whole tones within this movie, but it's not that bad. I don't really think it's a huge problem, but I just wanted to kind of bring that up first. And then a little bit of a bigger issue with me is there is still no Avengers. If you saw my 3 things Captain America 4 needs to get right video, I talked about how this movie needs to introduce the Avengers. And well, we kind of need the Avengers now. Like, kind of everything relies on Thunderbolts now, I guess. So that kind of annoys me. But anyway, on to the next. No Megamind dome on the leader. The design of the leader, I saw some people theorizing about how they changed his appearance because of the backlash on MODOK being this big ass dome head, and people did not like that. Like, I think it's an interesting concept that it seems like his brain has like exited his skull, but I didn't really like that, how it looked. And I think also just the leader in general in this movie went a little underutilized. Also, another underutilized villain was the Sidewinder. You can clearly see that every scene of him was like the reshoots. And there's also that scene where he's at the military base and just talking to Sam, but he's not like detained. He's he doesn't have handcuffs or anything. He's just standing there in the alleyway. Like, what? Why? He's pretty dangerous. That seemed a little weird to me. Adamantium got introduced in this film, and that's about it. It was mentioned to be in it, and that's kind of it. Like, yeah, maybe it could lead to somewhere, but there it kind of was, and oh, there it kind of went. And then I think one of the, to me, maybe the biggest issue with this movie is this doesn't really feel like a Captain America 4. Like Sam Wilson's Captain America, this feels more like Incredible Hulk 2. So many things from the Incredible Hulk made it in, and not the original Hulk. You know, like it kind of felt like Sam's story was kind of just put in the background, and it was basically just the Incredible Hulk. And if Marvel is going this far to make a Captain America film with the Red Hulk, they really should just do the World War Hulk, which I think they might do after Secret Wars anyway. But yeah, this could have been a place for, I mean, even a little cameo by Bruce Banner or something would have been pretty cool. I don't, yeah. Yeah, the bigger issue, if this felt like an Incredible Hulk 2 than the continuation of Sam's story. Even though I still do believe Sam was pretty well portrayed, which I will get into a little later on, but alright, but anyway, I've ran out of things to say, so now it means that I can jump into the positives. So, first things first, amazing acting in this movie, at least from Anthony Mackie, Carl Lumley, and Harrison Ford. Oh my god, that old dog has a lot of new tricks. Anyway, the point is, all these three I mentioned acted amazing in this film. Anthony Mackie really solidified that he is Captain America. No doubt, he's Captain America. Carl Lumley really brings the, well, kind of what we saw in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier Disney Plus show is the sad story of Isaiah Bradley and Harrison Ford. Holy moly, Harrison can act. He brought all of it to this movie. He really just brought this. I mean, not saying like he's not usually this good of an actor, but like he really brought his A game. Then Sam Wilson, still kind of having doubts about this. I thought at first I was okay, like you kind of went through this with the whole Disney Plus show thing, but like, are you gonna rehash the same story? But it's not really the same. It's kind of a new version of it, because this time he's no longer fighting the idea that he can be Captain America. Now he is Captain America, and now he's fighting with the idea of if he can be enough as Captain America. And I thought that was a very humanizing part of it, and that's what I love about Sam Wilson is, like, before this movie, everybody was like, "Oh my God, how can he be the Red Hulk?" And like, yeah, I was doubtful of that too. But like first of all, did people really think he was just gonna kill him? Second of all, like that's the Captain America thing. They go into battle without thinking that, oh no, I'm gonna get hurt. They go into battle because that's what's right. You know, like in Endgame. Did people really think he could take on the whole army of Thanos all by himself? Alright? So, just wanted to get that out of the way, and like, yeah, it was really great about Sam. I could talk about this for too long. Probably have to cut this down a little bit, my rambles. But anyway, let's move on. I have a few other points. Bucky cameo. I made a video a while back talking about is the MCU now just cameo porn? And yeah, this was a cameo, but this was the good kind of cameo. The bad kind of cameo is when character shows up, really doesn't contribute to anything, and then leaves. But this time I thought the way this was done, he gave some good piece of advice to Sam, hold on, what's the quote? Steve gave people something to believe in, but you give them something to aspire to. And that's Sam's character right there. Yeah, anyway, it was a good cameo. And then the CGI on Red Hulk. I don't care what you say, that was freaking amazing. Pretty good. Like there's like the first scene when he's transforming, and then we get like the shot of like this close up on his back, and you can clearly see his skin, like steam's coming off, and it's like sizzling his whole skin. And I was like, holy shit, that's not just CGI. Harrison Ford can actually do that. Somebody probably asked him like, who shot first? Okay, everybody makes this joke, so let's not. But yeah, the CGI on Red Hulk was solid, really good. Like there's always gonna be a few nitpicky things you can say about a CGI character if you pause the movie at a weird time, especially when there's motion, things that look a little bit off. But also CGI and like visual effects, they need to be looked at in the scene. They're not supposed to be dissected every frame of it. Anyway, I'm trying to say that there's always gonna be ways to nitpick, and I think I'm getting too far ahead. But like anyway, it was good. CGI was very well made. Like I would have wanted to see him with a big ass mustache, but anyway, that was still very well made Red Hulk, and it still looks like Harrison Ford, which is supposed to be the point. So it looks amazing. And then we have the big ass Tiamat battle, and I gotta say the scale of that, and the like I don't know if how well this gonna translate to like when we get the movie at home, but like when you go to the theater to see that giant battle, oh wow, that was really well made. That was like the spectacle of it was so good, and the aerial combat within it was so good. Yeah, I'm trying to find any negative about it, but really well made. And yeah, anyway, sort of wrapping this up in a nice bow or whatever. I think it was despite the reshoots, this was a pretty cohesive story that works just fine. Like yeah, there were a lot of reshoots, and I think you can pretty clearly see how some scenes seem like these are the reshooted scenes, but also the story isn't really that affected, and yeah, thankfully the reshoots didn't really damage it too much. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, every movie nowadays gets reshoots, and people love to complain, but with this movie the reshoots were very common knowledge. Very, they were very open, and people complain. All I saw leading up to it is Red Hulk looks terrible, Red Hulk looks good, reshoots will ruin this movie. This looks very solid because even though the reshoots, it was just so frustrating. Like way too many people just see the Rotten Tomato score and think, okay, I'm not gonna see this. Like no, it's you can go see it. Don't listen to others. But also, I want to add that just a little thing. I hate to talk about this, but I just want to kind of acknowledge this. Marvel politics, like politics within the MCU, should not be compared to real life politics. I saw a lot of people complain about Red Hulk and all that, and yeah, I don't want to go into any more, but like, just it's a movie. Calm down, it's a movie. Anyway, putting this into the vibe meter, I'm giving Captain America Brave New World a solid 76%. It's not perfect and has some small inconsistencies here and there, but otherwise the reshoots didn't really affect it that much, and I have to say I liked it. And yeah, don't listen to the crybaby fanboys who just want attention on Twitter. This was pretty good. Anyway, that's it for this video. If you like this, please hit the like button, it helps me out, and subscribe, that helps even more. and ring the bell to get, to stay up to date with my content. And yeah, that's about it. See you.